cool view from the Murchison building in downtown Wilmington here at 555. You see the street view here, that's front. But then in the sky, we are under a shelf cloud as the outflow of a line or broken line of showers and downpours makes its way over the city. And so the raindrops are going to start to get thick. Here's a closer view. So we got Wilmington and downtown up to Wrightsboro. You're hearing that pitter patter of rain in just a matter of seconds or at most a few minutes in the Kings Grant section of New Hanover County over to Ogden and Porter's Neck. And then from there, Seagate and Wrightsville Beach. We're looking at you for that broken line of showers. Not so many thunderstorms anymore, at least in this section, but it's kind of rolling along. Some lightning in Pender County points northeast, the most concentrated strikes for our friends in Onslow and Jones County, North Carolina. The tail of those downpours extending south to Brunswick, and it's been some good rain, and Kim, some cooling with that rain on the inland side, some lower 70s. Do we get even cooler than that? We could for some of those mornings smack in the middle of your 10-day planning forecast. It's on your screen and always on your WECT weather app. Back to you.